We heard about this when we were up there. This is Joahnna Berti, Executive Director of United Manitoulin Island Transit, Ontario. Joahnna Berti graduated from Queen's University with honors in psychology in 1984. She started working in arts administration at the Limelight Dinner Theatre in Toronto in 1986 and joined the Second City in Toronto in 87. In 89, Joanne chose to study at the Georgian Bay Institute for Neurolinguistic Programming. She qualified as a master trainer in 93 and went on to work for the community family child health education orientation institution in Wikwemikong, providing value-added administrative services. Joanna joined the Dabajamig, I think I got that right, theater group in fall of 93. Her first roles in arts administration, marketing, and community outreach. There she launched an improvisational theater group and full-time professional arts animator training program. Joanna joined United Manitoulin Island Transit, the UMIT, as an executive director in March 2020, where she has been an active in putting in place plans for comprehensive community-driven bus service to serve Manitoulin Island. Joanna, we're really excited to have you with us today.
Thank you. Good morning. So United Manitoulin Island Transit was established with the March of Dimes Canada support, Kenj Gaywinteg, and the municipality of Central Manitoulin in 2017. It's a community-based association, formed a co-op in March of 2020. And together we are committed to bringing transit prosperity to Manitoulin Island. Our primary focus is stimulating our local economic ecology in an environmentally sustainable way through accessible and affordable local public transit. Overall, we're working to reduce the number of cars on the road on the island. Promoting environmental, social, physical, and mental health through the use of accessible public transit by promoting extended micro trips around Manitoulin, joining community social activities, shopping and appointments, visiting friends without the stress of driving, and an alternative to using a private vehicle. The average car on Manitoulin emits about 4.6 tons of carbon into the atmosphere each year. There are approximately 4,000 cars on Manitoulin emitting 18,400 tons of carbon into the atmosphere. If we can reduce the number of cars on the road throughout the island, we can reduce our emissions by 4.6 tons per year per car. United Manitoulin Islands Transit is committed to reducing traffic on the road by 10% in 5 years. This would represent carbon emissions that are lowered by 1,840 tons per year. This is really important to us here because Manitoulin is home to more species of medicinal plants, migratory birds, and unique flora and fauna than almost anywhere else in the world. We're the largest island in the largest freshwater lake in the world. Every segment of our society, individuals, families, communities, and businesses benefit from public transportation. It's a lifeline for millions, connecting them to people, places, and possibilities. It also drives thriving communities. It creates jobs, eases traffic congestion, and promotes a cleaner environment. Investment in public transportation spurs both local and regional economic development. Manitoulin Island generates about $190 million per year in economic activity. The cost of operating public transit island-wide 6 days per week with a combined fixed and variable schedule would cost approximately $400,000 a year. If the Ontario Ministry of Transportation covers 70% of that cost through the gas tax program and through direct grants to municipalities, for $200,000 a year raised from local sources, we would be able to maintain a free transit system on the island for everyone. And how this relates to our economy specifically, $1 invested in public transportation generates $5 in economic returns at the community level. Every $500,000 invested in public transportation supports and creates approximately 2,500 full-time jobs. Every $10 in capital investment in public transportation yields $30 in increased business sales, and every $10 in operating investment yields $32 in increased business sales. Home values are approximately 24% higher when they're near public transportation than in other areas. It's also a safer way to travel than by automobile. It's 10 times safer per mile than by traveling by automobile. And a person can reduce his or her chance of being in an accident by more than 90% by using public transit as opposed to commuting by car. The average household spends 16 cents of every dollar on transportation, and 93 cents of this goes to buying, or 93% of this goes to buying, maintaining, and operating cars. This is the largest expenditure after housing. A household on Manitoulin can save nearly $10,000 a year by taking public transportation and living with one less car. Public transportation's overall effects save gallons of gasoline annually, and communities that invest in public transit reduce the nation's carbon emissions by 37 million metric tons every year. 87% of the trips on public transit have a direct impact on the local economy, and more than 2/3 of riders walk to their bus stop. The benefits can clearly be identified from the statistics, and these benefits must have an ecological fit with the current municipal and rural realities. After a COVID-driven economic shutdown, the restarting of the economy it will be of primary concern to all of us. A greener Manitoulin benefits all who live among us, and we are genuinely excited about looking forward to a future that is much cleaner than where we have been. Thank you very much, everybody. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or pop them into the chat and I can respond.